Hello. Tonight we're doing things a little bit differently. We're answering members' questions. Two members had the same subject practically for the questions. The first was Leah, L-E-A, from Israel, who asked, deciphering when contrast indicates misalignment and when it comes only to provide further expansion. The second question was from Gail in Massachusetts, who says, please talk about non-physical's role in our personal contrast. So, in answer to the question, when does it come only to provide further expansion? That's the bottom line. That's why contrast comes. If you read anything about step 5, you can Google it, and we have a video on step 5 or a question on step 5 that's coming out. If you have contrast, it's because you and your inner being have arranged, collaborated for that to happen. And why? To propel you further along your path, to catapult you further along your path. Contrast comes for your benefit, never to your detriment. Now, this thing about what does it come from misalignment? Yes, it comes from misalignment too, and that decides what type of contrast you have. For example, if you're angry and you're just angry and boiling with anger, you're probably going to encounter some contrast like a fever, because fevers are associated with anger. It's the same boiling type thing. So your vibration or misalignment says what type of contrast you're going to have. But you should never be afraid of contrast. Contrast is not a dirty word. We've agreed our contract when we come into non-physical, from non-physical to physical, is to encounter contrast and make our preferences. So, contrast increases desire, and at the same time, source expands and becomes it. That gives you the opportunity to also expand and become it. Okay, now to get to Gail's question, what role does non-physical have? Our inner being is there to guide us. We choose, whatever we choose, it doesn't matter, and they know the quickest way to get us there. So non-physical is there for the guidance system and to guide us around all the resistance that we put on our path. They do not choose for us. They do not also just stand by and do nothing, because they're talking to us 24/7, trying to guide us. If you're not hearing impulses or you're not hearing any guidance, it's because you're over there in step 1 and you have to be in step 3 in order to hear your source. So you choose, and if you have contrast, source expands and becomes it and guides you to it. And if you see the video, the manifestation process, you'll see that in the 3rd step, there's synchronicity, then nature, then impulses. Those impulses come from non-physical. And thank you, Gail, and thank you, Leah. Have a great week. Go forth and prosper.